What's up, fans? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another review, well, franchise review. And since lately we've been celebrating 7 years of Godzilla here, this is the finale of my series. So we're gonna finally cover, well, not finally, we're just gonna quickly cover, because I talked to them to death a couple times already, the Monsterverse. So coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. All right, guys, quiet on set. Scene one, take one. Action. Boom. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because, well, it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new here, welcome, sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. And I would kindly appreciate if you guys do hit the subscribe button because I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so let's make that happen, guys. All right, so I'll just quickly do these spoilers ahead. Quickly cover all 5 Monsterverse films. Yeah, I'm gonna be including King Kong here, so let's get started. So first things first, we got Godzilla 2014. So around the 1950s, the US government is trying to kill this creature named Godzilla. So Operation Lucky Dragon happens, and of course it succeeds, but they didn't really kill Godzilla. Spoiler alert. So fast forward to the Philippines in 1999, the Mudo hatches, so Monarch, they go and investigate, and one of them hatches and it goes into Janjira and to a power plant in Japan. And of course, you know, tragedy happens. Fast forward there. So Joe Brody, played by Bryan Cranston, is obsessed to finding the truth of how he knows that it's not an accident. Something legitimately killed. Well, his wife died. Something legitimately killed his wife. Well, his son Ford Brody, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, is he's more distant because he sees him as crazy. So yeah, fast forward to 2014. Yeah. So Aaron Taylor Johnson, well, Ford Brody has his own family, but because it parallels, so he's trying to, you can really tell he's trying to like create a healthy family, unlike his childhood family. So it's just his own father, and the relationship with his own father. And well, of course, things happen, they reunite, and then another incident, Janjira, happens where Joe Brody dies. But then later, Ford finds out that, well, because of this, they feel like Monarch feels that Dr. Serizawa, played by Ken Watanabe, one of my favorite actors of all time, says that nature has an order, a power to restore balance. I believe he is that power. So he introduces him to Godzilla, and then, well, Godzilla halfway through the movie shows up, and he does his thing with a couple of teases with him fighting the Mudos, and then, well, at least there's this awesome climactic battle in San Francisco. So yeah, I mean, I've already talked about this movie before, so I love this one. At first, it was my favorite remake, even though I still prefer the original. This was my favorite remake of a movie, but later, after seeing Godzilla -1, that took the title. But I still love this one, even though, yeah, looking back, I understand the criticism, because even though I quite enjoy these criticisms, because I feel like they're a bit more, well, it's a bit more daring and all that stuff and more risky. I understand, again, people's like criticisms for that. Yeah, the best character, Joe Brody, dies early, which, you know what, I wish they could have kept him alive, or at least like I wish they could have, like, or maybe they're gonna, like, you know, have him inactive, maybe still have him survive at the end of the film, maybe show up at the end, because then again, this was a good opportunity to have a father and son bonding film with them. But you know, yeah. And yeah, as much as I love the Hawaii tease. I love the Hawaii tease and how they don't show the fight. But I understand, like, yeah, like teasing him, cutting away from the fighting just to lead to the last 30 minutes. I understand that. Yeah, I get that. Gareth does a little too much, and I feel like he's aware of that now, because there was a watch along not too long, like a couple years ago, and he was making fun of the film for like, oh man, why are they cutting away too much of the fight? So yeah, but overall, I understand the criticisms, and you know what? I respect that so much. But personally, for me, I love this film. I love the teasing. I love how this movie builds up and all that stuff to a great, satisfying fight. And the cinematography, of course, is great. Gareth Edwards is such a well-directed film. And I enjoy Aaron Taylor Johnson, even though he can be wooden in many areas. See, I do like when he shows emotion with Bryan Cranston. So I quite like his character and all stuff. It's just a soldier trying to get home, but unfortunately, well, disaster just follows him through like a demon from his past. And I enjoy Elizabeth Olsen as his wife, Elle Brody. I really enjoyed this film. I just love the scale. I love the action in this one, and it just delivers. And of course, Godzilla, man. I love Godzilla. I love this design and all that stuff. So I just love this film, man. I love Godzilla in this film. When he does things, it does it in a majesty way, as I like to call it. So that is just awesome. Kong Skull Island. So it takes place in 1973. So Monarch is trying to, well, of course, you know, just try to see if the whole hollow Earth theory. So they go to Skull Island with the help of Packard, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and of course Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson here. So they basically, yeah, they drop bombs, seismic bombs, and well, of course, that pisses off Kong, and well, he kills almost everybody. So Packard wants revenge, but then again, I also feel like he's like a soldier that, of course, this is after the Vietnam War. He wanted some kind of redemption for, of course, losing the war. So they find a character played by John C. Reilly who was stuck there since World War II, and well, yeah, they were trying to find a way to get out of Skull Island. Yeah, I gotta say, this is probably my second favorite of the MonsterVerse films. One, King Kong. I love his design. He's so reminiscent of the 1933 Kong, and here he is such personality. He's also a teenager, an adolescent here, or a kid here, so that's really cool. And the skull crawlers he fights are awesome. The action scenes, but this movie gets right away doesn't need to do any teasing. Unlike the first Godzilla, here it gets straight to the action, man. It gets straight to him and all that stuff. And I gotta say, this has the best human cast out of the MonsterVerse, man. Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, John C. Reilly, John Goodman. Everybody does a great job here, and it's such a fun movie. And they make jokes, they crack jokes here and there, but it's just done in a way to not distract you from the intense action, you know. And Skull Island stuff is such a big character, man. You know, Mommy Long, like the Mother Longleg scene, and just like these tree branch creatures. I love this. So beautifully shot, really beautifully directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, man. And yeah, the acting is really good. The action's good. The climax scene is really good. And of course, the singer, you know, teasing Godzilla, it is really good. I love Kong Skull Island. It's probably my second favorite King Kong film. It's like 33 King Kong, and then it's this one, and then Peter Jackson. So yeah, I love this film. Godzilla King of the Monsters has Emma Russell create the orca. And so they're trying to control these kaiju, but then again, now she's helping these eco-terrorists, Ellen Jonah, played by Charles Dance. Well, so then we got Mark Russell and, of course, Monarch trying to, stop them, but then again, they unleash King Ghidorah, and, well, of course, Godzilla takes nose wind of this. So now it's just Ghidorah and Godzilla fighting for the title of King of the Monsters, of Alpha. But then again, well, unfortunately, Godzilla gets hurt by the oxygen destroyer when he's fighting Ghidorah, and actually pretty much winning. So, but then Ghidorah becomes the new king of the monsters. But then again, they help Godzilla out. He gets an upgrade while Serizawa sacrifice himself, and it leads to this awesome final battle in Boston. And Mothra and Rodan are in it. I've already talked about. I forgot how many times I talked about this film, but I love this film, man. Yeah, this is basically my first YouTube video was me doing a review for this film, and yeah, so overall, man, I still love this film, even though like a lot of the jokes, they're very cringe. The gonorrhea joke is cringe, and I like the human characters, but then again, yeah, it's, you know, yeah, it kind of sometimes, you know, I kind of feel like, all right, they kind of do too many dumb things here and there, but whatever, man. But overall, man, I still think this is such a well-directed film. Michael Dougherty directed this, which when I heard he was announced as a director, I got excited because I'm a huge fan of Michael Dougherty. And man, the cinematography is beautiful. Godzilla, of course, you know, gets this maple leaf dorsal plates, the longer claws, and all that stuff, which is really freaking nice. Mothra, she's awesome. Rodan is awesome. King Ghidorah is awesome. And all of the action scenes are great. Even though it's very obscured by rain and all this fog and all that stuff, I still love the action scene, man. So it is just cool. They also kind of call back to the teasing and all stuff for the first one when the Argo is just flying in frame during the final fight, which is really funny. But overall, man, I love this movie. This movie's so well paced. Even though it kind of stops for a bit around the end of the second act, I still really dig that part. And of course, when Godzilla wins, he defeats Ghidorah, becomes the Alpha. That is freaking cool. Not much I can say. Yeah, I've already talked about this film to death already, like a couple times. It's, you know, I love this film. Godzilla versus Kong. So Godzilla is doing his own. He's attacking Apex facilities because, of course, they're creating Mechagodzilla, but the public don't know, so they're trying to paint him as a bad guy. Well, they try to use Kong to get inside to discover the Hollow Earth and all that stuff, and, you know, it kind of creates a plot hole here and there why you need Kong and all stuff, but whatever. But then, unfortunately, that leads to a collision course between the two of them fighting, Godzilla and King Kong. So yeah, no, again, another entry. I love the MonsterVerse, man. So here, I you can even then again, you can kind of tell that this movie's been really very heavily edited and all that stuff, edited down with a couple of stuff, because the plot, here's the thing, as much as I think the plot's fine and all that stuff, it's so very thin, and the characters I really enjoy the Kong side, human characters from the Godzilla side. As much as I love their human chemistry, they get too overboard with the humor for me. But yeah, but this is another entry that I just love, man. So you're not here for plot and characters, you're here for Godzilla and Kong fighting, and Adam Wingard delivers on that, man. So on the aircraft carrier scene, it is an intense, like it's like a horror film, it's intense and all that stuff. And damn good fight. And the final fight in Hong Kong, it is beautiful, man. You can see everything. The cinematography and score, the score is all right. The cinematography is huge and all that stuff, and you can see everything. The colors are vibrant, and it is so cool. It's such a great fight. And of course, between the fight between Mechagodzilla and there's a 2-on-1 fight with the fight with Mechagodzilla, it is damn good. And I love that Mechagodzilla is basically Kevin, excuse me, one of the heads of Ghidorah. Kevin, he's pretty much in a way being possessed by Kevin. He does that laugh, and then they kind of, so basically Ghidorah, Kevin and Godzilla kind of have a rematch. So yeah, and also like that part where like Kong just rips the head out and all that stuff. It's also kind of like a what if Kong beat Godzilla with the axe, you know? That's how I kind of saw it. So overall, this is a fast-paced action film, even though like when you really try to think too hard on it though, this movie, the plot kind of does fall apart a bit though, but or by a lot actually, but overall I still love this film. It's very fun, and it's of course, you know, fantasy sci-fi stuff, and the Hollow Earth, well, neat. It is, no, actually no, it is very neat. It's awesome, man. I like it, and the cinematography is gorgeous, man. Godzilla Kong, the New Empire, we're finally at the home stretch here. So they get an SO, so basically like of course the Iwi from the Hollow Earth, they send a distress call that something's coming. So Gia gets she finds out about this to telekinesis or telepathically, and so they trying to, so Monarch is trying to find what's going on and all that stuff. Well, they also not just that, they also send a distress call to Godzilla too. So after killing Scylla in Rome, Godzilla gets up, and he knows this. He knows that he needs to, you know, upgrade himself. So he's out there, upgrading and basically working out in a way to get ready for this. So because, well, he knows about Shimo and Scar King. So yeah, no, Godzilla's preparing for war and all that stuff. So that is pretty cool here. Well, Kong, you know, of course, after getting a new tooth and all that stuff, he's trying to find out, you know, his own people, his own race, his own civilization, because he's so lonely and he wants to find his family. So that is really cool, man. But he does come across, well, Zuko, a little mini Kong right there, and of course, well, he finds out that he's a little shithead. But you know, after that, they do a little bit of bonding here and there. So then Godzilla Kong discovers his species. Unfortunately, they're all being ruled by the Scar King, and he has his ultimate weapon, Shimo. Man, I think this is like, when it comes to the Adam Wingard duology as of right now, I think this is the better one, because it feels like, even from the commentary track, they said that a lot of the first draft was brought here, or like this is so close to the first draft. This feels like a complete film compared to the Godzilla vs. Kong, because you can clearly tell, not just the research, but you can clearly tell like a lot of story and a lot of pacing, a lot of character development was cut out. Here, you can tell it's a clear vision, and I really respect that. And I wish that the home video release gave us the IMAX version, because I saw this in IMAX. This movie looks gorgeous as hell. But yeah. So Godzilla, he's pretty awesome. Actually, I even enjoy his new evolved form. I quite enjoy it, even though he's kind of feels like he does have where he's wearing a corsage underneath, or a corset. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, you know, maybe make him a bit chunky next time here in the belly. But overall, I really dig his evolve form. It really reminds me, of course, the Millennium Godzilla, which is really cool. Kong, of course, he steals the show here because it's more of his film, even though the Godzilla gets top billing. I love King Kong here, man. I just love him, man. I just like that at the end of this film, he becomes King Kong, because we all call him Kong, but in a way, this movie kind of still establishes him as him becoming King Kong, which is really nice. And his relationship with Zuko, even Gia, I love his relationship with everybody here, and even his relationship with Godzilla, even though they have that rematch in Egypt. But yeah, but once him and Godzilla team up with the help of Mothra, it's nice to see Mothra here. It leads to an awesome final battle in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and with it's like a 2-on-2, man. And it's kind of funny. No, it's actually really funny to see Godzilla struggle fighting Shimo. It's really freaking funny. She's bigger than him, so yeah. But the Scar King, man, he is also cool, man. Here's a big criticism I have with this film is that I wish we got more of him and more of a build up for him, because this dude shows up around the near the end of the second act, and man, but when he's there though, he is amazing, man. He is oozing with personality, and I wish they didn't kill him off, because he would have been like King Kong's Joker, you know, like how Batman has his Joker, Godzilla has his King Ghidorah, and Kong has his Scar King. Well, you know, they kill him off, which is a nice way to kill him, which is really cool. But I wish they could have, he in a way still could have lived, so that, you know, he'll come back and him and Kong will fight. But yeah, and I quite enjoyed the pacing, even though I feel like even though looking back, I felt like the pacing was a bit too fast, but no, after watching it again, I feel like, you know, the pacing is all right. I just wish we could have got an extra 35 minutes to like explain a couple stuff, like a build up to the Beast Club, which I like the Beast Club, but this introduction, in my opinion, looking back, it was cool, but watching it now, it's so stupid, but I love it. I really freaking love it. But yeah, Kong, man, he's great in this film. The action scenes are great. The score is all right. Junkie XL, you know, yeah, whatever. But overall, man, the direction is great. This movie, again, it's like the previous one. It knows what you're here for. And you know what? It also, I gotta say, before I wrap this up, like not just Godzilla and King Kong, but just in movies in general, when it comes to something like that, I love that it, in a way, kind of breaks through grounds when it comes to like moments of animals just not talking, but acting through their movements and emotions, which is really touching, I gotta say. Mostly with Kong's scenes. So yeah, man, I really dig this one. I think that I like this one. Yeah, of course, I like this one more than Godzilla vs. Kong, because yeah. So that's my overall review of the Monsterverse, man. Guys, thank you guys so much if you guys stuck around at the end of this video. I enjoyed every single installment, man. I love it, man. It shows everything about the Godzilla franchise all in 5 movies, man, which is really nice. And King Kong, man, I say this is my second favorite King Kong version. So no, man, thank you guys so much for this finale and all that stuff, for this series that I've been doing, and it was fun just looking back at the whole entire Godzilla franchise, man. It's so awesome, man. Really, it's freaking awesome, man. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, man. So what do you guys think of the Monsterverse? Let me know down in the comment section down below. So this is Javi from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed this show. And happy 70th anniversary, Godzilla.